What's up, world? What's up, Zion? It's Prince Easy coming at you again once more. And as per the program, or as usual, I do have a couple of slides that I wanna share with you today, right? And of course, disclaimer. And of course, disclaimer, right? For the content that's gonna be using. Fair use. So this is from Proverbs, right? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. Right? Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear comes. When your fear cometh as desolation and destruction, cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall you call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, for that they have hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. So, a nation gotta do what a nation gotta do. But still, if you continue attacking the infrastructure of Russia, the energy of infrastructure of Russia, yeah, even this is gonna be struck. Yeah, somebody's gonna get defunded. Alright? What does that mean, stabilization? The only stabilization required is for the killing to stop and the Palestinians to form a government as soon as possible. And I'm not hearing a lot of that, right? So, today it was made known that a dual citizen of Kenya and America, not only that, but also a soldier, right, as you can see here. Well, I don't know why, but he thought it was a good idea to bring those into our country. Like I said, I can only speculate, what is the purpose, right? And I don't believe that he didn't really understand what he was carrying and all of that, basically, right? And here, of course, is the vehicle that he used whilst transporting, say, explosives into our country. That's the news. As per usual, division, right? Division and polarization. Sometimes it makes people stupid, and that's what the modern day democracy has done, unfortunately, right? It gave us a promise of participating in determining the future of our countries, but on the other hand, it caused a lot of division. right? So of course, when it comes to this, again, people are divided. But that's not the point, right? That's not the point. What I'm thinking is maybe perhaps it's about time that we hit that reset button, right? That reset button where power is handed over to our security forces, and then we make our systems robust against interference, and of course form a government from the ground up, so to speak. And that is what a reset would look like, right? Because if we start having quote-unquote terroristic attacks, that will be enough, right? But again, I need to know more. What else has unfolded during that period of chaos, right? So as again, and this is not good, right? This is not good. But again, this button here, very big move, right? Very big move, right? Because again, it's like we're gonna purge the system, our own self, right? Because they try to burn down houses, right? They try to burn down our house, and so chaos and all of this discourse that we are seeing here, it has all been sown, right? So this purported hatred people have towards the president, it's all part of that assassination character assassination, right? So again, very effective, right? You're in the public eye, very effective, right? As far as I can see, right? As far as I can hear, very effective. So again, all that we do is for the safety of this country, right? And if this country cannot be protected politically, yeah, we're gonna have to switch the gears up, right? So I leave it to your discretion to inform us, right, about how everything is unfolding, and most importantly, what was the intention of this person here carrying these nades into our country. That and whatever intel that you get will help the both of us decide, right? Do we hit that reset button, right? Or do we, I don't know, put some sand on it and keep it moving, right? It all depends on the masses, right? It all depends on the masses. But yeah, this is not good. So again, leave it to your discretion, right? If you firmly believe that this country cannot be politically protected, then we switch up the gears. We switch it up to higher gears. Because again, this is ridiculous. And of course, prepare, right? Prepare. It all depends on how much effort, how much you collect in terms of intel, and of course, how much can be done in a political manner, so to speak. Right? Everything has its limits, right? But what cannot have a limit is our capability to adapt to our current situation, right? So yeah, I shall keep my ear to the ground to see what else is gonna come up. But again, very crucial. If we cannot be protected politically, then it has to be protected by arms. Either way, things have to keep rolling, right? For the sake of this entire region here. I think we done had this conversation before, right? So, I think, let me tell you something, right? The modern man, the modern capitalist man, one of the most selfish individuals to ever exist. Right? That's the truth, brothers and sisters, right? Most people are not fighting for the collective, or rather the benefit of the collective. No, they are more of like, if I'm eating, you're eating kind of situation, right? So I'm not shocked about how some of the South Africans reacted to those 150 something Palestinians that went to their country, right? They are ready to protest and carry banners, but they're not willing to do anything substantial that would affect their bottom line, right? They are telling me, you as a nation, you as a South African nation, you are made uncomfortable with the addition of 150 or so Palestinians into your population. That makes you uncomfortable somehow, right? This is a hypocrisy, right? This is hypocrisy and selfishness and we as human, we cannot survive like this, you know? So look at this here boycott here, right? The boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, right? I don't know who is funding it, but again, it exists. Has identified numerous companies with a role in crimes by the Synagogue of Satan against the Palestinians. The campaigns are divided into three major groups: priority boycott target, pressure target, organic supported by BDS, right? Organic boycott supported by BDS. Well, I'm not seeing BlackRock here. I'm not seeing, those caliber, that level of company, right? Because all of these are subsidiaries, right? So you're telling me these people are gonna abandon HP, they're gonna abandon Xbox and Disney Plus for the sake of Palestinians? Are you kidding me? Right? Or I don't know, ignore Google services, somehow boycott Google and Amazon and Siemens and Cisco, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Papa John's, Domino's Pizzas, Pizza Hut, Zara, and Wix. You think people... I'm just being honest, right? This whole thing here is shady, right? Because it is not talking about the individuals on top of the pyramid, right? And they are not many. Right? They're not many. They're just a few companies, right? Just a few companies. I just gave you an example over there, right? Companies like BlackRock, right? They're being owned by these mega, I don't know, wealth management type situation, right? Even in Ukraine, they are present over there, right? So there's a lot of hypocrisy going around. Let's just say that, right? Nobody's questioning how is it allowed that such institutions can even appear, right? If not for illegal activities, right? So I'm not saying people are powerless, right? For instance, Target, right? Target was the target for the black peoples, and it was brought down. I don't know the state of the store as of now, but again, that was just a brand, right? They attacked a brand. They'll just rebrand and continue doing the same thing, right? And there are some things you cannot boycott. What about them? So like I say, a lot of hypocrisy going around, right? The masses, the companies, the leaders, too much hypocrisy. That's why we are here. Nobody is really interested in having genuine, true conversations, right? They're just, I like to call them keyboard warriors, right? They're keyboard warriors, right? They don't have nothing that is at risk in this delicate game we find ourselves playing with some individuals that are hidden in the dark and whatnot. So yeah, we are here to see that. Now the comments said that the bullies won, right? And the before picture is actually better than the after picture. That's what is perplexing to most, right? They won, okay? The bullies won. Right? Now your face is all shiny and plasticky. And you're a young man. So yeah, you have a long way. Right? If you are affected by people to this extent, then I don't know what you're gonna look like when you are, I don't know, 50. So you claim that you hate these people and you wanna wipe them off the face of the earth, but yet here you are stealing their artifacts. Maybe to put it up in a frame later to say, hey, this is our history, right? Our supposed 3,000-year history in this region. Right? We as the peoples. Of course, they have a solid reason to refuse. Their opinion is way more important. But again, unless they are being sidelined so as people with more power than them can speak for them, any effort made without their consent henceforth is gonna be pointless. It's gonna be pointless, right? Because they make it seem and sound like the only purpose of this force here is to disarm Hamas. That's the whole point. And we all know, and we have even covered in these here videos, that Hamas is not gonna do that. Nobody's gonna do that, right? They tried that stuff in Lebanon, it didn't work out, right? So again, we as Tanzania should not find ourselves like in a predicament that Lebanon is in. Right? They're being attacked by arms and they're responding diplomatically. Right? It's not a bad thing, nor is it a good thing, right? The question is it a appropriate response, right? Because there's been a vilification of what? Hezbollah. They say that nobody's going to take our land. Right? They have stayed silent on the sideline. Okay? You pursue your diplomacy. And when that fails, it is what it is. Right? Yeah. We need to build even a bigger madhouse. Right? There's more individuals that need to go up in there. A lot. We shall see when it comes. You know what I'm waiting for? I'm not interested in theatrics and headlines, and no. I'm only looking at the moments that matter, right? When the question arises at the UN, right? The body that y'all like so much, right? And when the subject of the formation of the Palestinian state comes up, then and there, we will know where America stands. Full stop, right? All of this cat and mouse that we are playing, you know, I've heard a lot of things, and most importantly, I understand. They see these symptoms, right? Just after every big event. Last time, you remember those drawings that came up, right, showing kids at Mar-a-Lago and all of this, and then a big decision was made, right? And now this situation that is being stirring up, right? I definitely see the point of people saying that, hey, maybe these fake-ass Jews have some sort of leverage on Trump and making him do what they want. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So I rather walk under the assumption that whatever the case may be, right, it's not worth it, right? It's not worth it. Whatever, what's the correct English word, right? Compromise they might have on you, if you put that against the people of Gaza and all of these wars that you have fought along the region for all of these years, right? More than 70, imagine that. Now you're telling me that you're going to turn a blind eye to all of that to save yourself, right? That's the worst case scenario that I'm looking at, right? That they are working together in tandem to achieve this. And of course, the other aspect is, of course, what people are also observing and what their opinion is, that there is some sort of compromise that these people have against Trump, right? That's why recently, again, this information is being pumped out, right? Or quote unquote leaked, right? And then we see Trump sending a letter to the president of the synagogue of Satan, asking him to exempt, or rather, I don't know, forgive the sins of Netanyahu, right? Basically clear him of all of his legal issues and whatnot, right? I don't know, but I don't know. We are yet to find out, right? We are yet to find out, right? We are yet to find out, but either way, right? Maybe they are yielding to this compromise, which is not good. They are working together, it's worse, right? So there's no good news in that aspect, right? It's no good news, right? The first Iranian attack, that was them, right? The sanctions on Russia, the last sanction. Look at what Rubio is saying, right? Rubio is saying all of you were asking us to sanction these two big companies of oil from Russia, and we did it, right? And there is no more and all of this, right? They're speaking as if you get my drift, right? So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. That is he being made to do all of these things, or is he doing it by his own will? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna reserve my observations on the matter. Right? I'm gonna wait. Right? I've already given my primary assessments. Right? It has gone too far for them not to be working together at this point. Right? This is my initial observation. I might be wrong. Right? I might be wrong. That they're actually manipulating and blackmailing each other out here. It's not like we would know. Right? So yeah. Right? This is what unfolded today or yesterday for some individuals. Right? These are the moments, right? These are the moments. Right? What was in those files, right? All of the evidence collected, right? People need the pictures and the proof that is connecting all of these individuals, right, to that island or Mar-a-Lago or the aircraft or whatever, right? A lot of things that we have heard. Barking dogs and all, right? They do be calling Trump a barking dog out here. Right? So what? Trump don't bite? Is that what it is? That he's in a, I don't know, proper leash or something? In whatever case, right? People's characters play a big role. So we're gonna see. Right? We're gonna see who is who and what is what. Right? Of course. I saw ABC double down on that wacky. It's ridiculous, right? So Marjorie gets a pipe bomb, just to keep pipe bombs going, keep that energy reverberation, right? Well, is it? I don't know. There's a lot to digest from this, but what I can tell you is this: this is all of these in two individuals here. They're all observing what Trump is gonna do, right? What Trump is gonna do, and we know for a fact the French are not gonna deliver 100 Rafale fighters to nowhere, right? So what is this? A scam, just like any other scam, right? Because now in the fourth year you're gonna talk about air superiority. Well, where are you gonna hide a jet in Ukraine? Right? Where they cannot be struck, most importantly. Again, money and war, right? Money and war. They are not talking about what people and how much people they are losing or anything like that. Right? Money and war. So this unfolded. Bangladesh international crimes. That is So confusing. It's a Bangladeshi and yet it is international. Are they trying to burn this woman? Now it's the time for the truth to come out. Right? Yeah, I'm not shocked. I'm not. Honestly, me, I'm not. You should see my face right now. It's not even changing or anything. It's not. These things are not beneath them, right? They don't see anything wrong, so to speak, with whatever they are doing, because they have found a way to justify it to themselves, right? And at the end of that road, they found themselves not guilty of anything. So they push on with their rituals, right? Maybe, I hope it is speculation. There's apparently a ritual that these people can do, can basically untie themselves from any obligation that they made. Basically just free themselves, right? Yeah. Again, no power is... Every power comes from our Creator. Every ability comes from our Creator. And if He allows you to use it and you face no consequences, then He allows you to use it. That's what I'm going to say to this. Right? Yeah. How? It's just like that Bangladesh International. It's a confusion. Right? You are a mayor from New York. How is it a stunt on Mamdani? I don't know. Right? I don't know, but we are gonna find out. I'm interested. Right? I'm interested. Right? So anyway, let me not go on for long. It's only Monday. It's only the Monday, right? The 17th of November. Right? So again, we shall hear from each other when we hear from each other. Right? And that means when I have something to say, that's when I come on. Right? I don't have a specific routines, right? Routines are dangerous for a person like me, right? So, yeah. Prince Easy, I'm signing out. Love you. Bye. Peace.